Hello and welcome to Mike's Garage. If you've already subscribed to our channel, thank you very much. If you haven't, please do. And when you do, be sure and tap on the little notification bell so you'll be notified every time we put up a new video. Also, we have t-shirts now. So if you go to our website, pacificmike.com, you buy a new t-shirt. Anyway, that takes care of that. I wanted to mention what we did last, and then we'll go from there. In our last video, I was lapping the main races in the cases. Well, I got that all finished, and it looks good. We'll look at it again when we get to it. And I'm just kind of little by little doing things. I've been kind of down here for a week or so. It's kind of unusual, but it's been really, really hot. I've had a lot of things on order that hadn't come in that have now come in. We'll show that stuff, or they're on their way in. We'll see it on the next video and stuff that isn't here yet. But I did get the new Tappet rollers, which is kind of neat because I've been asked a lot of questions about them, and so maybe I can address those questions right now. So let's put one on. Let's see what it's like. Here's a Tappet guide off the big Flathead. Similar to a Sportster Tappet guide. I say similar to because it's not interchangeable with it, but it's the same basic design. Let me pick things up so you can see them. And here is a solid lifter out of a Flathead, my Flathead, and see the lightning holes in it and all that sort of thing. In hopping this stuff up, a lot of guys like to enlarge these holes or put them in the other sides and all sorts of things to lighten these. And the goal is your lightning reciprocating motion. In other words, this thing goes up and down how many thousand times a minute. And so the lighter you make it, the less power you're wasting. Personally, I've thought this motor over so much, and I've looked at it so much, and I've been working with it so much. I really don't want to hop it up much. I mean, a little boost here and there is fine, but it's a big motor. It makes a lot of torque. I'm not asking it to do anything horrendous like drag race or anything like that. I'm going to use it as a road motor, and the length of time it stays together is probably more important to me than anything else. I think it will be adequately fast. Any of the actual go fast things that I'm going to do, I will show. And there will be a little bit of that. But let's get back to these Tappets here. Now, when you're checking any lifter out of a Harley, what you want to do is grab this roller and see how much it moves up and down. Now, let's see. These are old type ones. They don't have needle rollers in them, but we'll look at them when I get them apart. You don't want to feel any up and down movement in these things. And a couple of them in this motor do have up and down movement, so I'm changing them all. Also, I would like to have brand new surfaces. I'm going to be putting brand new cam lobes in there for them to run on. So I'd like brand new rollers running on those lobes. I'm also going to have brand new Tappet screws, so the valve stem will rest on a brand new part. New on new on new. Everything going together with new surfaces. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this roller out and we're going to put a new one in. Now, they make a fixture for holding this thing. I don't know how many companies have made one over the years, and I'm sure they're a good thing. I've tried to use them. I've never had that much luck with them personally. I think it's just because I'm used to doing it the way I do it. So I think I'm going to do it the same way I always do. Now, if you look at this thing, you can see it's staked in place with a chisel, and that this stem, this shaft here is mushroomed over. What we're going to do is take a big drill bit, like a 1/4 inch, which is larger than the shaft that goes through there. And what we're going to do is we're going to open this up some to get the amount of material minimized. Then we'll change to a smaller bit and finish it up and get that thing out. Okay, so right now we're going to find out where this is here. And we're going to be real careful because without using a fixture, I don't have a really nice way of clamping it down. Let's have a little look at that. Blow it off. Yeah, I think I can take it a little bit farther. I turn it so I can look at it. I'm sorry, I should have turned it so everybody else could look at it. So we'll take it down a little more. I like that a whole lot better. So now, what we'll do is change that drill bit to a smaller one. Let's see if I can read what it says. I don't remember which one it is. Well, shucks. I don't know which one it is. But you don't want to use one that's too big. What you want to do is just put one through there that's just a hair smaller than the shaft itself. There we go. You hear it just starting to hit something hard in there. Okay, let's try this. Okay, we have here a punch, and we have here a hammer. And it's just giving me enough grief to let me know that it's alive. Maybe we'll drill it out just a little more. Just a little more. Like I said, you don't want to ruin the body of the lifter. There it is, right there. That should have done it. That should have done it just fine. And there you have it. The idea is we've done no damage to the lifter body at all. That was a piece of that pin. So now what I'm going to do is go over to the other bench and put a new tappet roller on here. Well, let's take some of this stuff with me. I can leave that. Bottle of water in case I run out of air or anything. All right. Now we can finish taking this pin out of here. Now what we're doing is we're setting the roller down so that anything that gets pounded on really is the roller. Get all that junk out of there from the old pin. Hope I can get that out of there. Okay, the pin is out, and there is the old roller. We can look at this thing. Can't even tell, but it's out around. I could feel it. So maybe real careful like, I'll make sure that I have this piece out of here, out of the tappet body. There it goes. There it goes. And that's all cleaned out. And that is. Let me get something real sharp I can make sure that groove is clean with. I'll be right back. Yes, that got it. That got it. Now we can see in there that's all nice and clean. So we can take one of these, maybe a little alcohol, make sure everything's clean in here before I put in the new roller. Yeah, I cleaned it up nice. You know, you look at that stuff when the pin comes apart, you can see that you haven't damaged the body at all because it's really a hard steel, whereas the pin is something soft that's made to distort and peen over and do just like we did with it. Looked kind of like an animal job I did there. But that's pretty much how it was done in the old days. You know, fancy fixtures and all that sort of thing. All you want to do is be careful you don't damage this thing. And these are in pretty nice shape. They fit the tappet blocks pretty well. So we'll take a new one of these. I can see I'm going to clean this after I even have it back together better. There it is. It's going into my motor. I want clean. It's going to get cleaner yet. It's all clean in there. So let's put a new roller on there. Now these are later model. These are newer ones. The new style, which uses needle bearings rather than just a loose roller in there. This is the way we do it nowadays. Let me get a pin, shaft, whatever you wish to call it. And we'll just do a little tap, tap, tap on it. My goodness, that went in nicely, didn't it? Now we're going to look at it and make sure that we've got enough end sticking out on both sides so that we can mushroom this a bit and then go from there. Let's see, I had a really nice big punch and I left it over there on the drill press, and I think I can see it from here. And I got it. Okay. See, now this punch will spread this a little bit, and I think I'd like to do it that way. So I'll use the anvil part of the vise here, and I'll take my bigger hammer, and I'll just tap that once, which spread it a little, turn it over, tap it once, and look at that. Now it's already seated in there. Now what we're going to do is, again, going back to the old days, the way the old one was done, it was staked with a chisel in there, or a tool very similar to a chisel. We don't know, because that was done a long time ago in Harley-Davidson land. I think it was done in Milwaukee. Okay, so I'm going to put this. Now, this is kind of hard to do with only two hands, but that's how many I got issued. Let's see. We're going to put that right there, and I'm going to go like this. And there it is. So I'm going to put down a couple of these here. And we're almost done with this one. Almost. There, now if it falls on there, won't be getting any filings on it. Okay, yep, that's really centered pretty well. So now we'll do the same thing on this side. And again, it's not easy to do with just two hands, but after you strike it once, you can put it right into the same spot again very easily. And look at that. Now I'm going to do the other one to make sure it's centered up as well. And there it is. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to peen it over a bit, noticing that this roller is really nice. Now see, that thing is pinned in there, and it's got the proper amount of clearance on both sides of the roller. Nothing got damaged with all those gyrations we did. You just got to be careful. There we go. And same thing here. We're using the ball end of a ball peen hammer to peen this over. And there it is. It is going nowhere. Now the last thing you might want to do, and I don't know that I brought it over here. I might have left the tappet block over there. What I'd like to do, and I'm going to, let me show this close up. This is real important. When you slide it back into the tappet guide, making sure that the pin clears on both sides, here and here. Okay. And to me, that's a job well done and finished. And there's not much play between the tappets and the tappet guide. So we did it. We did a good job of it. I have 3 more to do. I don't think anyone needs to watch me do 3 more of them. I think one was probably nerve-wracking enough. Anyway, so thank you very much. I enjoyed that. I hope you did. In our next video, hopefully we'll show some of these parts that are coming in, and we'll just do a little show and tell on the new parts that are going into the Flathead motor. So until then, I'll see you out on the road.